Who are you, sir? I've been dying to know who you are ever since I saw on my birth certificate that I was adopted.
You were never told who your real father was. I, Bill Cosby, am your father.
No, that's impossible!
Holy bananas, Chris!
Oh my God. I can't believe this. Bill Cosby.
The one and only, Chris.
The guy who had one of the most original TV shows of all time. This guy is a reality show pioneer.
Yes, wait, what?
Yeah, you had those shows about your family in the 80s and the 90s.
Yes, The Cosby Show was a very successful show that ran for multiple seasons on the national broadcast and corporation news.
This is amazing. A reality show star right here in on our podcast.
I don't really know what you're talking about, reality show star, Chris. I'm calling right now because I want to invite you to actually be my real son now and join the Cosby crew.
I don't know how to accept that. I mean, this is all so much for me to take in. I mean, you're kind of an erratic guy. I mean, do I want to be a part of your family?
I'm not an erotic guy, Chris. Don't you know my body of work? I'm a well-respected actor and elder statesman of comedy, and now I do motivational speaking, and I do lots of different college commencement speeches every year, mostly at Temple and UMass, my alma mater.
But first you were a spy, correct me if I'm wrong, then you worked for the electric company, then you were a physical education teacher in L.A., then you were a doctor, an OBGYN to be exact, then you were a spy again, then I believe you were a retired NYPD criminalist, and finally an airline customer service agent. I mean, what kind of man are you, Bill?
Well, wait, Chris, I see you're familiar with my body of work from movies and television.
Yeah, you movies and television, all your reality show work.
Well, what are you talking about reality show, Chris? These are fictional television dramas and comedies that I was involved with throughout the 1960s through the 1990s.
No, we're all familiar with the Cosby family. You're kind of like the Kardashians.
No, we're not. Well, my family on TV was just a bunch of actors and actresses pretending to be my kids and my wife.
No. I know all your family, your wife, your kids. I mean, even your daughter, Denise, we knew a lot about her. She left home to go to Hillman College in 1987. The college experience for her was like a whole different world. But then she dropped out and traveled to Africa for a year. And then also in 1987, Denise changed her name to Epiphany Proudfoot, moved to New Orleans, and got involved with the Satanist rituals, cannibalism, and had illicit sex with a private investigator named Harry Angel. Can you believe it? And then she moved back in with the family after suddenly marrying a man she met in Africa. What type of parenting is that, Bill?
Chris, I think you're referring to my television daughter, Lisa Bonet. She's not actually my daughter. She just played my daughter on a television sitcom.
No, it was all way too real. That was a reality show to me.
No, Denise, I treated her like my daughter, but she's not my daughter. She's just an actress.
I don't follow, Bill. It's not making any sense. I mean, in 1996, you and your wife changed names completely. You moved out of Brooklyn Heights, and then you got a new job only to be laid off. And then you now are acknowledging only one daughter, this Erin, who we never saw before. You had a completely different family. You used to be Cliff Huxtable, then you changed your name to Hilton Lucas. Your wife used to be Claire Huxtable, now she changed her name to Ruth Lucas?
Look, Chris, you're getting me mixed up with my characters again. That was my 1990s Cosby on CBS. See, I was done with NBC at that point, and I wanted to go to CBS to have a show. So I went over there, and they gave me a television show because I'm so awesome, right?
I mean, I don't even know. I mean, the family seemed to break up and splinter all the time. I mean, do I want to join that type of dysfunctional environment?
Chris, these are not actual portrayals of reality. They're just situation comedies that I was involved in. They're fictional, totally fake, fabricated. Chris, don't you want to join my family? I have millions of dollars from my television shows that I've done and my comedy albums. Millions of dollars from endorsements of film and gelatin snacks. I used to do these comedy albums where I would talk about how there would be no gun violence if we still had Civil War muskets.
But in 1993, why did your granddaughter, who was Denise's stepdaughter, Olivia, she changed her name to Nicole and moved in with a former NBA player turned gym teacher in Oakland, California? Why did that happen? Why did she claim that the gym teacher was her cousin? How come we never saw this guy before in the 80s? I mean, shouldn't she have stayed with the family instead of hanging out with this mysterious guy?
Chris, what are you talking about? about my TV granddaughter, Raven Simone. She ended up getting the deal after the Cosby Show, and then she went on to be with Mark Curry on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. How come you don't worry about what happened? How come you don't worry about what happened with the woman who used to live with Mark Curry before she came in with her mom?
I'm so confused.
Oh!
Your family seems to splinter. I don't know if I want to be part of that environment. I mean, dating back as far as 1974, and this is another topic altogether, you seem to have had this rampant obsession with Jell-O.
Yes, because they paid me money to tell people to go eat it.
I feel like that's going to be a problem for me because I have a pathological fear of Jell-O.
You know, I'd be a great spokesperson for cigars, but they don't have television cigar commercials. I don't know why.
But ever since I slipped into this kiddie pool that was filled with Jell-O, I've had this real fear of Jell-O, and you being around it all the time, it kind of puts me at ill at ease.
Chris, I have to tell you the truth, though. I have a lifetime supply of Jell-O pudding snacks in my house. Whatever you want, you can have. If you want to be my son, just come over. It's like Christmas all year round. I have a swimming pool filled with green Jell-O all the time, and the band Green Jell-O plays there for me on Sunday.
Oh, I'm getting an anxiety response just thinking about that. My heart is beating. I'm sweating thinking about that. I don't know if I want to be on your estate with a giant Olympic-sized swimming pool filled with green Jell-O.
If you don't like that one, Chris, we have a swimming pool filled with money. You can swim in that one. You have to separate me from a character on TV. I'm actually a well-respected elder statesman, as I've told you previously in my phone call here.
Dr. Cosby, in 1990, it was also well documented that you officially turned into a ghost. Is that true?
Chris, that was a movie with me. It was a motion picture. It was not a real-life thing. I did not die in 1990. How else would I be calling you now?
I don't know. Maybe you have some sort of strange ghost powers.
I did in the movie, but not in real life, Chris. That was a motion picture. I'm a real-life human being right now with an endless supply of money from all of my life's work.
Bill, now...
Wait a minute, Chris. You should call me Dr. Cos. Don't call me Bill. You're not my friend yet. You're my son. You have to call me by the proper name. Show some respect for your elders, because you sure as hell are, Chris. Now, you want to be my son or not? Because I'll just give it to somebody else.
I'm afraid that if I officially become a part of the Cosby family, you'll be haunting me in a series of comic situations, and I'll be torn apart by people constantly leaving the family, coming back, and spinning off all over the place.
I'm looking for an heir. I don't understand why you're turning me down. I've got millions of dollars, and if there's anybody out there listening right now, this is a live show, right?
Not quite.
Well, if there's anybody out there listening right now who wants to be my heir, please call up the Chris...
Whoa, wait a minute, Dr. Cosby.
Yeah, Chris, who's that? Is somebody in there with you in the telephone?
That's my co-host here on the podcast, Ganley.
Yeah, shut up, Chris. Oh, so I hear you're looking for an heir, Dr. Cosby.
Yes, your name is Ganley?
Yeah, this is Mike Ganley. Listen, Dr. Cosby, are you busy tonight? I can fly up to New York. You can be here right now. We can go to dinner. We can do anything. What do you want to do?
I'm in California right now. We're trying to pan a Ghost Dad sequel, but we can't think of anything funny.
What a coincidence, Dad. I have a treatment for Leonard Part 7 I want to show you.
Oh, my God. Chris, this man is way better than you.
Yeah, Pop, I love all of your work. I used to watch you on the Johnny Carson Tonight Show. I even go back to when you were on the Steve Allen Tonight Show.
No, you didn't. That was on before you were born.
Knock it off, Chris. Listen, Dr. Cosby, I would love to meet you. I would love to be your son. I want you to be my father. I want to be your heir. Anything you want. Anything that you want, Dr. Cosby.
Oh, okay. Chris, you're excused for being my heir. I mean, I've got all sorts of stuff that I can just share with your pal Ganley.
I think that's probably for the best. I don't think I could handle having a ghost dad.
I don't care about having a ghost dad, Dr. Cosby.
Well, I'm going to hang up now because apparently you two have colluded against me.
Wait a minute, Chris. I want to get Dr. Cosby's contact info first. Chris, what the hell are you doing?
I don't want to have any part of that guy.
Chris! I could have had Bill Cosby as my father.
He's a creepy reality show monster, as far as I'm concerned.
What the hell are you talking about? He was on sitcoms. He didn't do any reality shows.
I don't know what you're talking about. He was a spy. That's pretty freaky.
Chris, that was a show called I Spy. That wasn't a reality show.
He worked for the electric company, too?
That's a show called The Electric Company. That's a TV show.
He was a doctor, but then apparently he renounced his OBGYN practice.
He is a doctor, but he's not an OBGYN. He was just playing one on TV. His name was Cliff Huxtable on that show.
He's a con man to me. He's changing his identity every other week.
Chris, did you hear him? He said he had a pool filled with Jell-O. And you have totally torn that away from me. He wanted to be my father, and I was going to be his heir.
Well, we're just going to have to deal with our lives as they are right now.
Did you write his phone number down?
No, I hung up because I don't want to deal with that monster.
How am I going to find him?
He's a creep. He's a reality show phony.
Oh, my God, Chris. You just ruined my life. You ruined yours, which is fine. I don't care about that. But you ruined mine just
I'd rather be me. I don't want to be Chris Cosby. I want to be Chris.
I'll be Mike anybody if they just give me money.
Well, I'm glad you're such a whore for your identity.
You know I am, Chris.